Makers, artists, small business owners, and freelancers, you'll want to pick up a copy of Taxes for Humans, the new book from Asheville artist and tax pro Hannah Cole. Hannah wrote her book to make you feel seen and your taxes doable. You're invited to Hannah's launch party for the book, starting at 6 p.m. Wednesday, December 3rd at Tracy Morgan Gallery. If you're in Asheville, come on by. There will be a live podcast recording, and Hannah will sign your copy of the book. All the details are at sunlighttax.com/party. Wake up, Asheville! I'm Matt Peiken, and this is your newscast for Wednesday, November 19th. Asheville City Council member Kim Roney has introduced a resolution to prohibit city-owned properties from being used for civil immigration enforcement activities. Announced Monday at a press conference with local advocates and faith leaders, the resolution comes amid concerns about potential federal immigration operations in this region. Although not yet scheduled for a vote, Roney urged both city and county leaders to act. Councilmember Bo Hess expressed cautious support, noting the need for careful coordination to avoid risking federal aid. Several news outlets have covered this, including 828 News Now. Crews have fully contained the Ox Creek fire, which burned 10 acres near the Blue Ridge Parkway in Weaverville. The fire ignited Monday and prompted evacuations and the closure of Ox Creek Road, along with displacing one person, but no structures were damaged. Reems Creek Fire Department led the response with support from local, state, and federal agencies. The fire has been turned over to the North Carolina Forest Service for monitoring and cause investigation. A county-wide burn ban remains in effect due to dry, windy conditions. You could read more in the Citizen Times. Buncombe County is moving forward with plans to turn Deaverview Mountain into its largest public park. At 342 acres, the proposed site would boost the county's parkland by nearly 60% and offer trails, birdwatching, and scenic views overlooking Asheville. The land, once eyed for a housing development, will now be preserved thanks to a $4.5 million federal grant and support from the Southern Appalachian Highlands Conservancy. Planning begins in 2026, with a phased opening possible as early as 2028. You can read more about this in the Citizen Times. Brevard has named Captain Christy Wentzell as its next police chief, making her the first woman to lead the city's police department. Wentzell, currently overseeing criminal investigations at the Apex Police Department, brings 25 years of law enforcement experience across North Carolina, Georgia, and Tennessee. She will take over from interim chief Jack Moorman in January. In a city press release, Wentzell expressed gratitude and emphasized her commitment to supporting officers and strengthening community ties. You can read more about her at WLOS. And North Carolina's Lumbee tribe is one step closer to full federal recognition under the 2025 Lumbee Fairness Act introduced by U.S. Senator Thom Tillis. While the U.S. House has yet to act, the Senate recently held a key committee hearing. The move has drawn opposition from the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians, whose chief, Mitchell Hicks, argued the Lumbee should use the Department of Interior's formal recognition process. The Lumbee have sought recognition since 1888, with advocates saying the standard route would take decades and risk legal challenges. You could read more about this in the Smoky Mountain News. Our daily newscast can also arrive in your email every weekday morning. Sign up for our newsletter at wakeupavl.transistor.fm. You can also find us on Facebook or Instagram at wakeupavl. I'm Matt Peiken. Thanks for waking up every weekday morning to Wake Up Asheville.